think a lot of people dream about being on a TV show or having their life portrayed on a TV show. How were you first approached for The Defenders?
Well, my first reaction was, this is too good to be true, and I said, oh yeah, sure, that'd be great. And you know, I had my best poker face on and just was like, sure, this is something we will help you with, we'll be involved with it, and you know, we can help the writers and work with you guys, sure, we'd love to. But you know, when the phone call was over, we were like, is this really happening? And since this has started, and it's been like 4 years, it started in roughly 2006, and watching the evolution of it, for the most part, it was like, this would be so nice if it happened, but probably won't. We were cautiously optimistic, and we wanted it to occur, but we realized how difficult it is to get something from the ground to the #1 network.
Were you worried at all that the exposure that you were getting from being on TV might compromise what you do for a living?
We knew early on that in the drama and with the docudrama, they called it, and having it dramatized by CBS, we knew that there are going to be things that occur that people are going to be like, oh, I can't believe you said or did that. And taken out of context, it may not seem like the right thing at the right time, but looking at the whole picture, which would require a month of footage, you would see that that was the right thing to do. Specifically talking about the show, we have the right of refusal and saying we didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying not to the writers, because I talk to the writers every single day, 5 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. And they may read me a paragraph and say, we're working with this right now, this is the gist, and they read the paragraph, and I'm like, I would never say that. I would never say that. And they're like, yeah, but your character, Pete, would say that, and Pete's based on you, but you're not Pete and Pete's not you, you know. To the extent that, should Pete do or say something in the show that is off color or not me, the writers are always like, just say, no, that's not me, you know. So we've extended that into things we actually do and say that are embarrassing, and we just say, oh, I would never ever do that, you know, and it might actually be something we did. So
how did you feel about the casting of Jerry O'Connell?
Him, I loved. I saw probably 10 different pictures that I would get emailed, and they were just mulling around names and characters, and every time I saw a picture or heard a name and Googled it under Google Images, I'd be like, Some of them I was like, oh, absolutely not. That guy, because he's like, he always plays a bad guy. This one particular person, I'm thinking, he always played a bad guy, and he's always kind of snotty and almost bitchy, if I could say that. Just he's like rude and short. I was like, a short-tempered, rude, snotty person. I'm like, how do you get that? How do you make that connection? And there are other ones that are just kind of like, you know, no, if I have any input, you know. And they were just showing us the potential candidates to show us. You know, I don't know how much, you know, if I had any veto power, I didn't be. I mean, I don't believe, because CBS is such a huge, powerful entity, what I say probably was pretty, they're like, oh, good to hear that, you know.
Have you had any funny experiences from having your life portrayed on TV?
I was with my wife, and because I'm trying to be the good husband, I went to shopping with her for like an hour, and it was, I'll never do that again. But she bought something, and I said, let me take care of that for you. And I gave the lady helping her my credit card, and she looked, and she pronounced my name correctly, and she said, Saggese? Are you the Saggese? Are you Marc Saggese? And I said, yeah, I'm Marc Saggese. She goes, oh my God, you're the real Defender? And I was like, yeah, I guess I am. And she's like, wait till I tell my husband. She went nuts, and she called her husband, and she was all crazy excited. And that was the first time anyone had been excited to meet me. Usually people are just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. But she got real ecstatic, and I thought that was a cool experience.